Hey guys, how you doing? Um, yeah, did you guys watch the music video? Did you guys watch it? Did you guys watch Make Me Forget? I'm eating oatmeal again. All right, we're doing a Q&A. As soon as I get like 100 more people in this live. If that doesn't happen, I'm leaving the live. It's okay. Don't be shy. I don't know. I actually don't think the numbers are live updating at all. Um, oh, cool. None of it's sent in order. That's great. All right, I'm answering questions. 100 more. Cool. I'm answering questions. Fucking let's see. DK dot Jade with an X asks, favorite music video of yours cannot be Make Me Forget. Well, Make Me Forget is definitely up there. So I would probably say. I mean, oh yeah, that video was fucking crazy. I do have a really soft spot for Freak though, just because that was like when I started taking it like seriously, and I mean it shows that was like the best one for a while. Um, yeah, or Freak. Next question. Um, do you produce the music yourself? If so, what program and why? Yeah, I produce all the beats myself, all the instrumentals I do. I actually also do production for other artists sometimes, just because I actually consider myself a producer before anything, even though I am an artist and a singer and all that stuff. But I really started out with production, and I started on Ableton. I'm still on Ableton. And to answer the last question, if so, what program and why? Was the why to why do I produce my own music, or why to the program? The why to the program is I don't know. That was just what I was exposed to when I was like 14. I know everybody I knew was on FL Studio, um, and all the old heads were on Pro Tools. And I know a lot of people who still use Pro Tools, and a lot of people actually in the industry that moved to Pro Tools after starting off on either FL or Ableton. But Ableton, just the workflow of it, just something about it is just like boom, boom, effects, 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 effects. Oh, you got a completely different sound. It's like I don't even have to touch like Serum or actually like route anything, because all the routing takes place like post. Yeah, Ableton. Yeah. Um, why did you take such a long break from music? I've answered this sort of before. What's hilarious is it wasn't a break. You guys just perceive that as a break because I'm not, online. But no, I took a break from social media, and obviously the entire time I've been writing this record, If Nevermore, coming out, June 6th. Also going to be on tour during that time, starting June 3rd. All the tour dates are on my website. I mean, you can just see it. I have a poster up. But yeah, no, I spent 2 years essentially just trying to fix my brain. I I was like very unhealthy. Just wasn't in a place where I could make good music. Was kind of in a I was in a relationship at the time where like with someone very sensitive, and I wanted to protect her, but like at the same time, I wasn't really able to express any of my own emotions. So I moved to a place where I could only write from like literally mania and sort of creating like this false legend of like storytelling, which just isn't my style of writing actually. It was a great time to practice production and singing. Obviously, I'd been thrown into the limelight with Cradles, and it was uh, difficult to say the least having like internet exposure to that degree that I never would have expected, obviously. It was like my first song. It was insane. But I really took all that time to kind of like gauge my environment, but I really didn't believe in myself, you know? Uh, that right after Hive, I realized like, oh shit, I actually don't like any of these songs that I made. Hedon was actually the only song that Rabbit Hole was pretty good too, but there's some like cringe in that one too. No offense to Rabbit Hole fans. There's just like, it's just not as good as Cradles because that's what it was supposed to be, like kind of a rip off of Cradles, because I do like the same sort of production style, like that big fucking bass with like boom trap, like with the alternative sort of like guitarish sounds, but it wasn't like as pure and innocent as Cradles was, because that was like genuinely like I had no idea what was happening. Whereas with like Rabbit Hole, it was like I want to make like something like Cradles. A Freak was also like kind of like Cradles, but that one had like its own jam to it, which was really particular. And obviously, like I gained a lot of following like around that carnival sound and that circus sound that like I really only passively sort of like anecdote to now, which is fair. I kind of didn't want to be just like this carnival gimmick. I wanted to do it well, and I think I did that with Freak, and Cirque even. But and Circuit was an old song. That was actually one of my first songs I ever wrote when I was 15. But I think I really wanted to move on from that sound. Uh, like even in the records I was producing for other people, it was just like they wanted that big bassy bell tone sound, and it just wasn't like doing it for me anymore, because I knew as a producer I was capable of doing a lot more than just like trap beats, you know. Not that there's anything wrong with trap beats. I fucking love trap beats still. In fact, I kind of want to go back to a little bit of it, but in a new way, you know. But I wanted to challenge myself with like dance music, obviously some punk tones on this record, with like the live drumming and the live guitar, really like maybe even diving more into like my classical background and just like emulating that in sort of a new way. So with like Rabbit Hole and the ending of Hedon was really when I started to fucking wake up from this dream I was having after like 2 to 3 years of just like, oh, this is my survival. If I don't make a good song again, I'm going to die. Like that's the reality of this. And I was living in like this pixie fucking idea of like, oh, this is gonna last forever. And when the money stopped flowing, I was like, shit, I have to fix myself. So I broke up with this person that I had lived with for like 3 years, straight up. Like I find no inspiration in this anymore. It was really sad, but it was real. And then, after that, I like start to really experience what it meant to like live, I think, as an adult. There was, that bounced around a lot. It was floating for a second, but it wasn't really until like, ironically, I like fell in love again, and that made me very inspired, a completely new muse. And that led to a couple songs being written where no longer did it feel like I was trying to like escape from this like carny sound or this baroque like weird sound that wasn't really doing it for me anymore. It was more so like music I actually wanted to listen to, something I would actually put on for myself. And that's what this album is. That's what If Nevermore is a collection of my favorite songs that I've made and want to listen to. And like very figurative, obviously, but a detailed explanation of the last 2 years. And lyrically and just like sonically. That's how it feels to me. Um, what was the question? Sorry, I went on a tangent. Oh yeah, why did you take such a long break from music? Also, just wanted to get fit. Like, oh, the biggest issue is I got long COVID. It fucked up my tastes and everything. Like, I literally could not concentrate on. I've told this story 1,000 fucking times because it was a whole year of my life, but um, kept getting sinus infections. I was underweight. The eating was so hard because COVID took away the like feel good feeling of eating. Everything tasted like burnt rubber, sulfuric. The bitterness of like foods really came out because I couldn't concentrate on the savory or the sweet. It was really weird. But it wasn't just the food. That concentration carried over to dialogues, conversation, literally the music itself. I couldn't hear the high end portion of like all music I was making. It was just like if you went on a mixer, on an EQ, and you just kind of made the ending of the frequency spectrum incredibly blurry. So my perception there was really skewed. My range of like memory, like, you know, when you listen to a song, you kind of have this idea of like, oh, we just came from the hook. Now we're in the bridge. Now we're here in the song. You know, like you have like this, and a lot of people take it for granted, like, especially when you're young, you don't really think about these things. But you listen to a song and you kind of have a memory of where you are in the song. That was gone. I had to walk out of a Genius interview once because I literally couldn't answer their questions because they were asking me them. And I was like, what are you saying? It started to make me go a little crazy. I actually started to like think I was going to have a fucking psychotic break, something. I don't know. It just, something was wrong. Like I didn't understand what was real and what wasn't because I was waking up. It felt like a dream. I went to bed. It felt like a dream. Everything meant nothing. And it was just kind of, and all this time I was working my ass off for Hive, for the production I was doing, all these music videos. And I didn't fucking like any of it really. Like I didn't know what, I was just like floating for a second. But yeah, I eventually fell in love. I'm not gonna lie, did a lot of psychedelics, substances, realized that there was something very wrong with my brain and it needed to be fixed. And no doctor had an answer because COVID was so new. They had no answer. You know what they did? They prescribed me Adderall. And they were like, hey, yeah, I got a coupon for Adderall. You want to buy in? And I got pretty fucking addicted to that. So that didn't work because eventually that runs out. And you become incredibly dependent on pharmaceutical companies. America is screwed with that. The new generation all think they're mentally sick, which they are because of their environments. Everyone is domesticated. I'm not going to go on a tangent there. Anyways, the point was I wanted to get control of my body again. I wanted to get control of my mind again. So I weightlifted, got real big and strong, started eating right, stopped fucking postmating every single meal, which was killing me slowly but surely. Started just genuinely paying attention to what was going into my body because you become what you put into your body. And also just being very skeptical of like, especially in LA, holy shit, like the amount of like people predating, like the predatorialness of like healthy eating, like, oh, you should try this like vegan thing, it's gonna like, it's way healthier, man, like, and then it turns out like 10 years it's like actually causes cancer. Like, no. I like to look at the empirical data of what we've been doing for the last 15,000 years and think, how can I make that work inside a building in a city? Concrete jungle, baby. All right, next question. I'm sorry that took so long. That was just like a really, if never more, June 6th, Anhedonia tour, tickets on sale, fucking, yeah, June 3rd to June 26th. It's all of June. Next question. Next question. Next question. Give me a sec. What's my favorite track off Hive? I just said that. The ending of Hedon. I'm not even gonna say all of Hedon. It's a pretty cool track, but just like the I don't wanna have self-control. I don't wanna feel that part is like that was when I snapped. That was when I was like, holy shit, I'm fucking this is a send-off. Yeah. When did you start working on If Nevermore? Right in the project of Hedon, ironically. And I didn't know that for months. After months, I went back into the Hedon project to like take a sound from that one because I wanted to use it in a new song. And I noticed at the end of it, and you guys aren't going to realize this until the album's out, but the intro song was started in that project. That was the snap moment. That was like the holy shit. This is actually like, this is the feeling I'm trying to, this is what I actually feel. So yeah, If Nevermore started right when I finished Hive. It's insane. I'd say like I didn't really make the first song that I was like really happy with. Like I started the intro of the album in Hedon's project, but I didn't come back to it until I was like, I don't know what happened there, but I didn't really like figure it out until a year later. But the first song was like that I actually finished was I think September of 2022. There's no music video for Fingernails? Sorry, I should be reading the names. By Adria's Eve. Sorry to the last few people who didn't mention the names of. I lost the questions already. Why is there no music fingernail? No music video fingernail? I mean, there can be if you guys like make that song big. Music videos cost money. I don't even know how I've managed to like do it. Like I just raised the standard of quality for myself where it's like every music video needs to be so fucking good, but it got so expensive to film music videos in Los Angeles after COVID that I had to start filming in other places, and it's still like insane. But I put my soul into these things. I mean, as you saw with Make Me Forget's video, that one was the hardest shoot fucking ever. We were out in like the middle of British Columbia, like in the snow, in the middle of winter. And I was like, you saw the cowboy outfit. I mean, that fur was comfy, but it was definitely not thermal wear. And I wasn't able to wear thermal wear because it just showed through the clothing slightly. I mean, we could have anticipated a little bit more. I think it was really like a lot of that shoot was like, we don't know what we're doing, but we do know what we're doing. But oh, Danny's freezing to death. Cool. Can we shoot this for another 2 hours with his jacket off? And it was great. It made me feel like, you guys haven't, I'm not going to like spoil anything, but there are going to be more music videos. I'm not going to say how many, but on every single shoot so far, I've had some sort of hypothermia, like actual hypothermia, like toes turn purple, and like dizzy to the point where I like don't remember things. And I do like cold plunges and shit. Like I like actually have conditioned my body for this shit. But every time that we do these shoots, whether it's a rain machine or the middle of the fucking winter desert, like, or I have the flu and it's a shirtless glaze, when I was oiled up, you know what I'm saying? And see myself. That all of these have been incredibly challenging shoots, incredibly rewarding, but incredibly challenging shoots. Oh yeah, so answer to that. No music video for Fingernails. That's for you to decide. If you guys like the song that much, fucking play it. Listen to it. If it wasn't a great song in the first place, then it won't get a music video. Sorry about that. Leo says, how do you deal with depression? You move. You move as fast as you can. You pick things up and you put them down. For women and men, depression is very different. Testosterone is actually very good for depression in men. It's the world's a little weird right now, and it's like kind of hard for everybody to tell what is illness and what is real and who they are. And obviously the internet and phones have caused a crazy schism, an imbalance. I don't even want to say chemical imbalance. It's just an imbalance, like flat out. And we've taken to SRIs and these like loopy solutions that are fully dictated by, the oligarchy that is the American healthcare and pharmaceutical companies. And literally, I went to a hospital recently for my girl because we both got sick from norovirus. I just don't want her to like die of dehydration, So I went to the cafeteria, and you know what I saw? An advertisement for a candy, and it wasn't just any candy. It was a trendy candy. It was like a freeze-dried peach ring. They were selling that in the cafeteria hospital. Like, that's not making any patient feel better. They were like also humiliating a homeless man upstairs. Like, you guys don't understand what goes on. Like, unless you're in the hospitals, which I know, like a lot of people have family and some people are unfortunately sick in this chat even. Like, dude, they're not curing you. They're just treating you so you stay a customer. It's so awful. Anyways, depression. Depression, I think, is mostly like this aspect of having too much time to reflect and not enough movement, not enough responsibility. Obviously, an environment that we don't really feel is natural because civilization has only been around for like 200 years in the way that it is right now. Obviously, the phones are a massive catalyst in like changing everything. I mean, the way that I even look at myself on this camera right now is completely skewed to like, this is kind of like something you realize once you start doing like psychedelics is like, oh, there is no solid definition of a shape to human eyes. Like the way specifically that we look at faces is hardwired for like literally like sexual attraction. So when you look at yourself or someone else through the lens of a phone, it completely changes like the width, the depth, like what you are looking at first. And then to like look at ourselves with like low self-esteem is like crazy. Like it's like I'm lucky that I existed right when the internet was like starting to popularize and YouTube didn't really like wasn't a thing for like 5 years, like, and then Instagram in the 2010s. No, I experienced part of it, but I also remember the time before it. I feel terrible for the kids that are born into the Matrix right now. A lot of you might be that, and I just need you all to stay skeptical. Stop saying you're mentally ill, even if you may be. Like, you need to actually, that's the first place to stop being depressed. Stop saying you're depressed. Stop telling people you're depressed. That's what I used to do. I used to be on, you know how many SRIs I've been fucking on? You know, I used to take an antipsychotic to go to sleep every day because my psychiatrist was like, oh, you can't sleep as a 15-year-old? Let's put you on an antipsychotic. They don't have your best intentions. Don't trust doctors. This is not an irresponsible thing for me to say if any parents are watching. You should not be trusting doctors nearly as much as authority. I'm not telling you how to parent. I'm just saying there are bad doctors, there are good doctors, but all of them need to make a living. Yeah, snake oil. Yeah, all that shit just dulls the mind. You need to move. We have so much time to think. We need to use that time to find responsibility, care for things, do stuff. Don't be trapped inside. Like literally go outside, get some sun. Like people like hide from the sun like vampires. I used to be one of those, and now I really understand. Oh, the sun beams into your eyes and it starts this hormone cycle, which is basically the circadian rhythm. And it's like, oh, Melatonin is now entering my brain 16 hours later. That's how sun works, and we haven't known a lot of this for like very long. Like we don't know everything. We really don't. We don't know shit. Um, Sunlight is important. You got to move. You got to exercise. I don't even think of the word exercise. Think of it this way. You got to move. You have a breakup in life. Don't fucking sit in your bed. You take the time to grieve, but you move. You get the fuck. You run. I don't care. Just do something. Don't be a pussy. But definitely don't do SRIs. And don't get lost in that magic pill shit or that shaman shit. Like, spirituality is very important, but do not get like sucked in to like the rabbit hole of like narcissism, essentially. Because it's narcissism when you start to like follow the ways of the old and like follow the authority of like someone who has no idea what the. Anyways, I'm a realist. I don't want to like piss off anybody because I know like I got a lot of spiritual ass people in my following, but be skeptical, pay attention, move. Okay, next question. What made you decide that music would be the path you would take? Before that, I'm just gonna answer. Are you remaking Falling Forward? Because I've been seeing that a fucking lot. No, I'm not. I'm acknowledging the existence of the song. I'm also acknowledging Dropout. Not redoing that. I made Dropout. I made Dropout in 2015, 2016. I dropped out of school in high school, and it was like, that was a momentous moment where it was like, I was focused on music. But Dropout, I think, was like the right before the point where like pop punk acts started to get industrialized, and now it's like a hellscape. Like pop punk is, it's just awful. It serves a purpose. It definitely fulfills like a commercial niche, but it's not punk. It's not real. Maybe some of the artists that do it might actually think it's real, but it's all vain. It's all like not. Yeah, stop listening to that stuff. It's bad. It's like a fat white dude collecting his cash, throwing around influencers and calling them punk acts. It's really actually terrible for the culture, which is funny. Not that there really is any focused culture anymore. We're in a poly culture and everything is absolutely shattered. You want post-punk? Go listen to post-punk. You want some Witch House? Go listen to Witch House. Fuck you. Nothing's real. I'm going to stop saying that because I'm sure that actually doesn't help. I made Dropout right before the post-punk wave, and then I realized, like, oh shit, not post-punk, sorry, pop-punk. And I realized, like, oh, I don't really want to be associated with these acts. They're all really corny. And funny enough, when I made Cradles, everybody was that I was meeting in the industry was trying to make me a pop punk act. I didn't want to. I just didn't want to. So I pulled the release when it came out because it was out for a day. It came out multiple times, actually, I think. And that's why everybody's like, why won't you release it? I never wanted to. Everybody's against me with that, or was against me with that. Skinny Loser used to be a pop punk song. You can kind of tell by like the frail lyrics because I was 18 when I wrote that. It wasn't really a pop punk song. It was just my first take at like punk. It wasn't like a legitimate punk song because I obviously was very like far from the culture at the time because I was just like a gamer, gaming's used to be pretty punk. Now, not so much. Battle Pass ruined it all, man. Live service. Whatever. And Falling Forward was kind of part of that, but it was more like leaning towards emo hip hop. I don't know. That song really has a lot of vibe, but it just isn't like, it isn't like the full vision for Suburban. It just doesn't hit that like, whatever. Not gonna. Yeah. What was the question I originally read? what made you decide that music would be the path you would take? Well, I already told you the story. SRIs, dropped out of school. I'd been playing piano for like a decade. Actually didn't listen to any music at all until I was like 12. And then when I was 12, like I watched a lot of gaming videos, a lot of Minecraft YouTubers, and I heard like dubstep for the first time, and I was like, "Whoa, this is stimulating me in a way that like like country pop music on the radio at the time was just not diddling me in the right way." And I took to looking up how people made this music. And once I realized like, oh, these like DJs and producers are just making this shit on their laptop, not even a keyboard, like nothing. And then I started realizing like, oh, I can do this. Oh my God, everybody can do this. Nobody's realized it yet, but like only like older people and like some kids were waking up to it. Now like every fucking kid knows like how to produce because TikTok, it just shows you a MIDI roll every like few videos. I mean, that's my algorithm, but not that I even use TikTok really, which is evident from my lack of posting, but yeah, no, like back then it was pretty fucking like crazy. Like, oh, you can make music. Then I learned, and I just self-taught myself everything, and I'm glad I made that decision. I mean, it was scary. Like I dropped out of school illegally, essentially in the state of New Jersey. Child services came. It was a whole fucking thing, and I just like refused to go to school. And I mean, I could have a lot of bad shit could have happened, but my parents believed in me. I mean, my dad more so than my mom at the time because my mom's Taiwanese. It's a cultural thing, you know. It's fair. I was kind of like a failure at the time, but I stayed away from drugs at the time. Brain was still developing. and I just made music, and eventually it clicked. It just made sense. I made the song "Broken." That one did well, but nobody knew who I was because I was on it with another person who I'm not even gonna say anything about that. But then I made Cradles, and it all just like kind of made sense, and then it didn't. Now it makes sense again. Next question. Oh wait, that question was I need to read the from Mimi. That was the oh, Stray Kids STA1. When am I gonna get a chance to take you out? Like shoot me in the head? Take me out how? I'm gonna start wearing a vest. I don't trust you people. Oh, like on a date. I'm too expensive for all of you. Oh, shoot me in the head. Oh, shoot me in the head. Are you gonna shoot me in the head? Was it fun writing new songs and experimenting the different methods of using your voice, which I absolutely love with your new music, by the way, from Anna Let Grobler. Shit. Fuck. Sorry, I'm kind of overwhelmed by the chat. I haven't read like a lot of this. Let me see what. I'll go through some of these after, since like at the end I'm gonna go through all the chat questions. Okay, so stick around. But right now I'm gonna prioritize the people who were in my Instagram broadcast channel and on my Laylo. Those are my real fans. You guys should sign up for the Laylo. And Instagram join the broadcast channel. It's just much easier for me to reach people. Like I don't have to go through these essentially a third party, which is the algorithm, and give you like a tasty picture of my face and cock and balls. I like really don't like entertaining these systems that are just like for other people's gains, because it's about the music and the shows. And if you guys want like updates. Those are the two places you want to go. Okay, so sign up for that shit. I got links everywhere. Oh yeah, Anna like Grobler. Was it fun writing new songs, experimenting with different methods of using your voice, which I absolutely love with new music? That was also another thing that changed over 2 years. I learned to like actually sing. I think I always knew, but I thought my voice was like really nerdy, but it was just because I wasn't using it like to the emotional like potential that I could. That's the thing with like singing with like a breathier voice is like you can't hit those notes. And I realized that, so I don't know, I just started unleashing the beast. and it sounds fucking sick. So I'm glad that like you guys are enjoying it, because that's like actually how I want to sing, you know, unleash the beast on all of you. Okay. Furamimi again. Oh god, you got a couple questions on here. I liked your questions, Furamimi. Is there a song or album that you feel is a tribute to your younger self? Definitely Thrill Seeker, because I like that was my first project, and I made all of that shit when I was like literally 15 years old to 18 years old. That was my younger self. As far as on this album, Skinny Loser and See Myself, definitely, because those were also written when I was 18. I'm 25 now. And I brought back those songs when I was 22, reproduced them so they sounded like, you know, on the quality level of the new songs. But Make Me Forget and Fingernails are definitely the first like new songs. Like Make Me Forget was when I was 24. Yeah, shit's wild. I'm glad to see you guys like those songs, because yeah, no, it's giving me a lot of excitement for the rest of the album, in terms of like new songs. Yeah, you guys haven't heard it. Do you have any? Oh, well, actually, what's it? Momo 96.99. Do you have any? Do you have any plans to Japan to go to Japan to perform live? I know many friends who live in Japan and love you and would love for you to come to Japan. What do you think? I'm a weeaboo? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think I like anime? I fuck with Japan heavy. You guys have a serious population problem, and we gotta we gotta go over there and fix it. We all as Americans, we gotta go over there and fix it right now. I I went to Japan once. Same trip that I went to Taipei to see my mom after COVID, and it was life transforming. You guys are hyper capitalists over there, by the way. The vending machines are insane. It's kind of some like accelerationist shit. It's bad. I see why you guys have a population issue. But it was fun. It was fun. As far as plans to perform, I mean that's the goal is to get everywhere, man. The goal is to go everywhere and sing to and reach as many people as possible. Reach as many of you as possible with the music I truly believe in. So the moment I get to play in Japan, I mean, is a moment that I will have earned by that point. Right now, North America tour, Anhedonia, round 1 of dates. Check the website. I'd like to bring Anhedonia Plus, New Game Plus, to Asia and Europe. I've seen a lot of comments asking for me to go on a European tour. Yeah, that's the goal. Just give me a second. I obviously COVID fucked up some shit. Bad. I'm not gonna say bad music, but I mean, you definitely need to change some things, and I'm really happy with the way this music's gonna flow live. Is gonna be it's gonna be much better, much better. Not so funny. The Dog Lord. What is your creative process with writing? Do you wait for inspiration to strike, or do you just kind of force yourself to write something and hope it works out? My creative process sort of involves me banging my head on the wall until it happens, you know? Just just rhythmically banging my head on the wall. Very hard. Um, no, my actual creative process, yeah, it is waiting for inspiration to strike. I have some discipline around writing music, but it's hard to write music every day and not hate writing music. um, that's why I like producing for other people sometimes, is like it takes your mind off of your own narcissism and the projection for like what your project is to turn into. It takes time to like reach inside my mouth and pull these things out, you know? It's, you know, like fist my own throat, you know, reach into that heart. Good. Make music. That's the process. um, do you wait for, I mean, I do force myself. I have to. There is a level of guilt, and guilt is the most useless emotion. But there's a level of guilt that is uncontrollably dense sometimes when I have went like months without writing music, and I have blocks where I go months where it's like, am I ever gonna write again? Am I ever gonna do it like that again? And then it just suddenly snaps. I'm like, oh shit, I wrote Make Me Forget. That shit's good. Um, that was like the last. No, I've written others since then, but that was the last song that I submitted on this album though. So it's cool that it came out now. But I think it is a good discipline to like, but I think eventually as I get older, I'm going to try to like work maybe not every day, but like try to work every day. Favorite track off Hive, Hedon. I think I already answered that one. Furuamimi again. Do you feel that your music has evolved as you have explored different aspects of your own identity? That is the music, as I've explained. Digby loves Billy. How has your music changed since Cradles and Freak? I think I already covered that. Bassy trap. Now I'm exploring dance music and punk, which I kind of always have done, but now I'm putting it in front of you as suburban. But will you be adding more tour dates? Sincerely, someone from Colorado. I fucking the Denver show was my favorite from the Hive tour with Teenage Disaster with Thorn Baker. You know, I like his real name so much more. Thorn Baker. Teenage Disaster. What a disaster. That tour was crazy. We all got so sick. So fucked. I had respiratory syncytial virus and like the flu. Like the Philadelphia show, like y'all were moshing to Diamond. The one song out of all of those that you could mosh to, and it was fucking Diamond. You freaks. But I had like the worst fever that I'd ever had until that point. And I went up on stage and gave what I hope was a good show. But Denver, I miss you. Oh yeah, to answer, we'll be adding more dates. Like I said, that's the goal. That's the fucking goal. Probably in like the fall or something. No promises. Same with you, Texas, and the other ones that I totally like didn't mention. What if I just didn't? What if I just didn't do Texas after that? Would you guys be mad if I didn't go to Texas? Can the dentist in the Skinny Loser music video be treated as a separate character like Glenn? And does he represent anything important / deep, or is he just there for shits and giggles? Shits and giggles, baby. I just imagery. I liked it. I like the idea of I don't know. He's not even a character. It's just me. It's, like Glenn's a character, but dentist. That's just me. That's just me ripping someone's teeth out. That was real. We put a GoPro inside my friend's mouth, and he agreed to it. He was super chill about me ripping his teeth out and replacing them with like metal bits. Will he be coming back in a video? I honestly really like the look of I really like that look with like my hair up and shit with the glasses. I might. I genuinely might. You'll see. Where is it? In comparison with your prior albums. Oh, Cloudy Boo. Did I read the last ones? Oh, Sideshow Isaacs. Sorry. Cloudy Boo. In comparison with your prior albums, what do you think you've improved? The voice, substance, everything. It's just all better. It's better music. If you don't like it, your taste is worse. Improve. I'm here to grow my children up. You guys need this is your second puberty. If you haven't hit your first puberty, this is your first puberty. Oh, fucking Christ. I like this question. I ate all your candy says, if you were trapped in one of your music videos, which one would you survive the longest in? I mean, every music video is kind of like either running away or me chasing someone. It's either both. I think Glenn is actually indestructible, so probably. But that's like considering if I even am Glenn in that universe. I'm Glenn. I think I'm the most indestructible there, so I'll pick that. If we're not counting Glenn, because that's kind of like OP. Glenn needs to be nerfed. Cirque, I mean, I got gambling and tentacle sex, man. I mean, what's not to love there? But I also survived a giant eldritch tentacle slamming me against the pavement. So maybe I have a good chance in that one. But he's taking a lot of risks. That version, he's taking a lot of risks with heists, with big bank heists. Ooh wee. Fuck it. The easiest answer is Glenn. I think that's all of the ones that were submitted. There were a lot of redundant ones. Sorry about that. Oh, how do you combat artist block? And there's another one. Yeah, how do you combat artist block? For a Mimi, how did you end up on this multiple times? We need to moderate you. We need to take away your free speech. How do you combat artist block? Well, I bang my head rhythmically on the wall until I throw up, and then, that's when the magic happens. No, honestly, new experiences. Like, traveling is a huge one. I don't travel enough. In some internal travel, if you want to talk about the substances and revisit that subject again. Though there was a point in my life where I definitely got a little too dependent on, being in a psychedelic state or any sort of lucid state of mind. I will say, I figured out that some of the songs on this album that you're going to hear, and I'm not even bullshitting, I came up with in my sleep. And there's a very small window where you're kind of lucid dreaming, where you're waking up out of it or you're falling asleep out of it, where you get to decide, we got to go to the studio right now. We got to get this done. And you have a 30-second window to get the idea down. It's okay, maybe 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to get the idea down, but it fades. It fades real quickly. But I run to the studio and I get it down. This is how you solve writer's block. Fucking set an alarm for the middle of the night If you're sleeping with someone, fuck them. You do you. um, Set an alarm. If you wake up, you're gonna have an idea, and you're gonna be like, "What? I gotta get this down." You're gonna be super tired though, and you're not gonna want to wake up. But you just gotta think, "This is the $1 million idea. This is how I save my family," and then you'll get up. If you don't, you're a selfish person, and you should be shot and killed. Um, Anyways, next question. What experience inspired you to create Make Me Forget? I'm not even gonna read your name again for Mimi. Um, yeah, so the lyric idea for Make Me Forget actually started like in 2022, but it was a worse song. It ended up evolving into what it is now. But damn, we've been going for 51 minutes. You guys just listening to my schizo ramblings. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I went through a crazy breakup. It was pretty much my first adult relationship. Real painful, whatever, that stuff. Started to discover myself after that. Was no longer on autopilot. Was really like trying to commit to free will, acts of free will. And I found myself in Vegas one night where I got hustled by 3 Cuban strippers for thousands of dollars. Like they went in my banking app and they like paid themselves out. It was crazy. I was blackout drunk. I was young as shit. I was 22, man. They were all in like their 30s and 40s. It was crazy. But it literally made me forget. It made me forget. And yeah. No. Anyways, after that, was the whole I already said all that, but that was when I started writing the album and exploring myself and meeting new people, hanging with new groups, just figuring out what the fuck I wanted from myself. And over time, found a whole new team for Suburban management, everything, band. Just like tried to surround myself with people who were better than me, actually. Surround myself with people who were better than me, more skilled than me, so I could learn. And actually took this shit seriously. I look glazed. My eyes are just dry. I got 4 hours of sleep because we were working on the music video. I was okay. I left in the director's hands. Sterling LaRose, by the way, he's amazing. He's probably asleep right now unless he's somehow committed himself to watching me schizo ramble for an hour. But yeah, I love him. He's last few music videos I've been with him, and he puts a lot of effort into this shit. But yeah, we like uploaded the video like 30 minutes before it came out. I should not have promised the premiere. That was stressful. Okay, let's read some questions. I'm not gonna read anything up until this. Okay, new questions only. Sorry, I'm gonna be silently scrolling until I find a good one. Do you listen to your own music? Yeah. But not in the same way that you would listen to like a record for like, for funsies. Though it is fun to listen to my own music, obviously, because I like my own music. But when I make a new project, I spastically listen to it. I pitch it up and down. I try to like listen to it in different keys, so I like make sure that it's good. But I definitely put it on to like get lost in it sometimes, maybe. But I think it's more so like preparation for like tour, honestly. To get lost in it in front of you guys. You guys want to come, you guys want to buy tickets to watch me get lost in it. That's what you're going to be witnessing when I come to your town. Yo, I'm coming to your hood. It's gonna get lost in it in your hood. What made you create KMS? Maybe all the SRIs my psychiatrist when I was 15 was pumping into me. Did I think that was a good idea for a song at the time? Yeah, I was like, ooh, shock and awe. I want to kill myself. People haven't heard this one before. And Lil Peep and XXXTentacion just died. They just perished. So that was like, and then I released it like 2 years late. And then I didn't like it anymore. Cool song, but like the progression's good, but like the lyrics are kind of too on the nose, I'd say. um, are you Glenn in a Danny suit? Dun, 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 da, 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 da. Is there a character for the If Nevermore like Glenn? Well, you guys need a fucking mascot to pay attention? This isn't a sports game. I don't need to remind you every 5 minutes that, oh, you guys should listen to the album. It's me, Glenathan. Hey neighbor, funny seeing you here. We should toss a ball around. Glenathan. Can you drop official? Nah, maybe. Nah. What the fuck? Toxin X and the Perpetual EP? How the fuck you guys find this shit? I was like 14 when I made that. Like, that was like my fourth song I made on Ableton. Fuck you. There's not even singing on it. Name us 5 songs you listen to besides your own music. I would go to my Spotify right now to check because I don't remember names very well. But it would end the live. I don't think I'm logged on my Spotify anywhere else. I don't know. I like lots of things. Been listening to. I don't know what I listen to. I don't really listen to anything anymore. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna say this anywhere else. Just on this live, collab with Melanie Martinez. You think we didn't think of that? You know, funny enough, nobody's gonna fucking believe me, but Cradles and Freak, I had no idea who she was. I had no idea who Melanie Martinez was. Everyone was like, "Oh, Melanie Martinez." Bro, I think I heard several ripoffs of her. And I was like, this is the shit. Because I was trapped in the underground EDM community. I didn't know shit about Melanie Martinez. Fucking, I listened to like Dylan Brady and shit back then. And like before that, like, I mean, I can't even remember names. Like just Witch House and shit. You guys ever hear Brothel? Shout out to Brothel. Was it Melanie Martinez? Yeah. Yeah, we worked once. We worked once together. Fuck it, I'll say it. The 881 of you are gonna get a little secret. Paramore before Aurora was on that. Obviously, I love Aurora. I went on tour with her. She was great. She did an incredible job with Paramore. But that song, before she was on it, originally featured Melanie. For a day. We cut the fucking vocals with Melanie. I don't know if she wants me saying this or not. I don't think it really fucking matters at this point. She's got a whole prosthetic covering her entire face. She can't even see. She can't see me right now or hear me. No, I think I gave off a weird vibe because I was like really scared of offending her and didn't really know how to session with other artists, especially ones that were minded like me, which is hilarious because people compared the songs, but I think those are moments, you know. And I think I did offend her. Not offend her, but no, I think she didn't hear herself on the song. That's what happened. She recorded it and she didn't like how she sounded. And she walked out of the studio, was like, hey, I'm going to cut this on my own time. And we didn't hear back from her. I didn't hear back from her. She didn't follow me back. Once the Bella shit happened, she got real close to Bella. And we were expecting Bella to do a collaboration with her because, you know, whatever, that would have made sense with Build a Bitch. But that didn't happen either. And, you know, I kind of grew up. I don't really think, like, that would work anymore, you know? But I almost went on tour with her. That would have been crazy. I would have loved to do that back in COVID. But, yeah, that's the truth about Melanie Martinez. So you guys know. Okay, I'm going to do, like, maybe, like, 2 more questions because we're, like, over an hour now and I need to go back to sleep at this point, actually. How'd you make that sound for Skinny Luther at the start of the video? Isn't it just guitar? I mean, I did like some crazy reverb distortion shit on it, but it's just guitar. Why were your old music videos so Victorian based? I don't know, autism. Like, we're all obsessed with like when America had identity, and prior to that, when the British had identity. We're all like, I think, brainwashed by colonialism. It's in our blood, man. Just years and years of colonization, baby. Messes with our heads, with our indigenous heads, baby. Are you working with Black Bear? Yeah, I made some beats for him. He's a cool guy. He's fucking weird. I like him a lot. Okay. Did you have an emo phase when you were a teen? Not aesthetically. I had short hair and I wore a hoodie and I mean, I kind of looked like a shooter. They definitely suspected that when I like showed up to school at like 12 p.m. and was dazed out on SRIs. Definitely did a little bit of self-harm back in the day. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was when everyone was doing it. That's when it was cool. Now it's not cool anymore, guys. You missed the window. Self-harm isn't cool anymore. Stop doing it. It's fucking lame. Loser shit. Boo-hoo. Okay. I know how that shit. I already gave my rant on depression. Move. You gotta get moving. Don't stay inside all day. You don't have the willpower to crawl out of bed. Fucking crawl. That's what I do. Every now and then I have a depressive episode. It's natural in the concrete industrialized environment. crawl out of bed. Did I have an emo phase? No. What phases did you have? Had a Black Ops 2 phase. Shit went crazy. Is the tour 18 plus? Cannot tell you. I actually have no idea. I'm not sure if that depends on the venue. I'm not sure if you can like have your parent bring you. I cannot speak on it right now. I actually need to do some digging on that. Sorry about that. Will you go on a social media break after the album? That's the thing. Social media makes my music bad. Just like flat out. It actually just like, I mean, it's short-termism. It's literally looking at the trend that's going to disappear tomorrow and thinking, oh, this is going to happen today. It just makes bad music. That's why all music and movies are shit right now. Because nobody knows what the fuck is going on. This shit right here has made it so you guys don't trust the process. You shout bad song as soon as you, I'm not even talking about myself. I'm talking about everything that's happening right now. The moment that anyone drops anything, shows any of the process, some fucking idiot who knows nothing about anything is like, sucks balls. Who are you? This shit is corny. Like, it's like instant feedback is terrible. Let shit sit. Think about 10 years from now. Don't think about tomorrow. Don't think about next week. Have an identity. Jesus Christ. Get off of here, honestly. I'm not saying don't listen to the music. Like, music is great, but don't drown yourself in it either. Like, have your own thoughts. Okay. One more. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do... Oh, well, this isn't a question, but your Audrey Hernandez, your music helps my autistic daughter. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. She's not autistic. She's just creative. Let's start saying that. Let's just call people who are autistic creative, because I know sure as hell a lot of people are calling themselves autistic right now when they're really creatives. Artists. I'm the autistic daughter. You guys are fucking silly. Okay. What games are you hyped for? None. I'm playing Split Fiction right now with Renata. But I am not excited for any games right now. AAAs are trash. And indie games are so overwhelming because like anybody can make an indie game these days. It's so low effort. I don't mean to offend any gaming developers. It's the same thing as music. It's now there's a lower threshold for people to enter into the music industry. That's why music is bad. Because of technology. Democracy in art is actually kind of a bad thing, by the way. It takes effort to make things, to learn skills, to do things. Like, you load up a fucking AI program and you generate a song. It's not like, that's not democracy, bro. It's not artistic democracy. Okay, all right. I'm a little addicted to the to digging. All right, last question. Do I have a daughter? No. Okay, bye.